Hello.
Hello.
Mwahaha.
Hello. Also, you have been asked probing questions by Mordecai's mother.
Yes.
I will answer said questions. Once we go back. Once I know what they are.
I answered to the best of my knowledge out of character about Selene. So
Selene, are you giving Ruth some grandbabies that aren't orphans that you've hunted down and captured in the streets with blanket guns?
Okay.
so far
I
as
don't know
Selene,
what you've been. I don't know what you've been doing since I've been gone.
Hunting
But,
orphans. What does it sound like?
Check your creations. That'll explain part of it.
Now,
I answered for
just
Selene that she doesn't know, kind of that she
Yeah.
doesn't know if she can have kids.
yeah, that would be my answer too. Now, just we're not on stream yet, are we?
Yes,
Hmm.
So they can't hear us.
they can.
Oh,
hello.
good. Then I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Oh,
because
okay.
That breaks PG-13. That
All
breaks
right.
PG-13 guidelines, and I don't want to use the one F-bomb we have.
You can drop it in our chat that's hidden behind other chat, if you wish.
It's not for lack of trying.
Yeah.
So we've just gone. The greatest quarry of all is man. Loads blanket gun with malicious intent.
The most dangerous game. Orphans.
Um,
and now I need to resist making
And
some
that's
very dark
Selene.
jokes at the expense of orphans.
And that Selene hasn't been in contact with her parents for years.
Yes.
Because she
Also
was asked that specifically.
Yes, that is very true.
is that because, to the best of your knowledge, they still exist, or you haven't contacted them because they're gone, they're dead? Not that that stops you now from doing it, but
So she doesn't know their status, and in her history, as I pointed out, she doesn't have her last name
yeah.
because of the fact that she left home at a young age because didn't grow up in the greatest place.
That she
Her
either
home
disowned
in
them or
Aslandia was
they disowned her, and that was my response out of character. And Mordecai doesn't know which.
a little bit more complicated than that, but that's the gist.
She
Okay.
hasn't
So
had
that was
contact with them, all that kind of stuff.
yeah. She hasn't had contact with them for years. She's been her own lady.
Well, there we go. Mordecai and Selene won that that couples game where you have to guess each other's answers for questions. You got it. You won. Now you get the Hawaii honeymoon or something. All right.
we get to go to wonderful Lacuna where Grimhilda may or may not be trying to end the world with a volcanic eruption.
That it will be warm. There will be a volcano. You could take a boat there. Yeah.
Lovely beaches with palm trees, though.
There's somewhere the lobby art at least shows it off. Now then, question.
I don't know. There might be fleshy palm trees, but does Arct count?
Well, they're made of palms. Yes, they have hands and stuff, so they are palm trees.
Palm trees.
All right. This is an you were said, okay, 2 days, and I can have your barge ready. Between your mom and your, apparently she hasn't married Lucius, so not quite stepdad, but might as well be.
Might as well be. They've been together for years.
Yep. So there are 2 days that you have to do things, or we can skip ahead 2 days and your barge is set and ready to go.
I think the only thing that Mordecai was intending to do intending to do was to see if there's some sign of Cypher.
Okay. In that case, no.
No. Okay.
He's still missing.
Have we attempted to try and go back to the ethereal plane?
So far, no.
Not that he would be there.
Yeah, I mean, we have access to the ethereal plane, but we haven't really talked about it because we don't expect Cypher would be there. He's probably been eaten, or whatever happens to people that go to Shogun.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I was hoping he'd still be around. Because we could really use the thing he was working on. But, here's hoping we find him at some point, because it would be nice to have him back. He's a crazy old man.
Well, I guess overall.
I don't know. He looks younger than you. At least last we saw him.
Says Norlai,
Well,
sauntering
you
back
have-
to the orphanarium.
You were the one
Yeah.
who stayed out all night last night, so
You don't know what happened.
I have a guess. I'm an adult, honey.
You can guess all you want.
It's your business. Whether you did or you didn't, that's on you.
Exactly.
If you did, I hope you were safe. And that's important, you know.
That's when Norlai shows, yes, Selene, I always carry my dagger on me.
Not that I was holding a dagger. Just
Yes.
point that out.
Safe, and that's all I could hope for.
Old habits die hard, and it just so happens that my doctor-ish traits tend to die hard.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, both of you tend to die hard.
Yeah, that is more true than I'd like to admit. No.
So,
I'm sorry, I'm still out of character. I'm still a little distracted by the fact that my party members were running around the city hunting orphans with blanket guns.
We weren't. It was
Figured
just
you believe.
implied that we could.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh!
damn. But yeah, that's the only thing that Mordecai was looking to do, aside from cash in that ticket for the gold
Okay.
in the following days.
Okay, yep, that will be easy enough to do.
How much gold do I receive from my father's safe deposit box?
Let's go to that. Okay. I need you to first roll 3d6 for me, please.
ED6. Ooh. 15.
Okay. So you have 15 gemstones, and inside the bag is an appraisal note, letting you know that each of these gems have been appraised at 500 gold apiece. And it is a mix of. It looks like most of them are topaz, which is a transparent golden yellow, and then you have some black pearls mixed in, so you get some yellow and black.
Topaz and black pearls.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And that's in the gem pouch that I had. And the gold from the receipt.
And then the gold is. Let me get to that chart. Roll a D100, please.
34.
Okay. Roll 2d6.
11.
And you can withdraw 1,100 gold pieces.
Okay. Not bad.
In whatever quantities of metals you want.
Okay. Noted. Cool.
Okay. So that's what you have. That was a treasure parcel left behind for you by your father. As your mom said, he had been very busy working, and apparently had acquired like this little bit that he wanted to leave to you as a nest egg, in case you were to come home and he wasn't around, but he wanted you to have it.
Fair enough.
You get with it some sort of a I don't know, like a dadism, like don't spend it all in one place or something along those lines.
All the notes that he's left as far as the items go, Mordecai just keeps in a pocket.
Okay. So yep, you got little notes from Dad. With that, and the barge being taken care of by your parents as sort of a gift to you for this occasion, was there anything then that any of you wanted to do over 2 days?
That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, I would probably spend most of the time studying, because I
Okay.
do have a whole bunch of new spells that I need to practice. So
Okay.
we'll see if any of them get used during the wedding.
Then yes, if you hadn't already, if you want to prepare your spell lists for whatever you think you would need for your wedding day, go ahead and do so, because then we will move to the wedding day.
I have prepared spells for that day.
Wedding day needs an earthquake.
Well, is anyone taking control weather so that we can actually have rain on your wedding day?
No.
I
I mean, technically, I could do that.
I have control feather.
But I can also just cancel out rain.
A little bit,
Yeah.
By standing nearby.
Also,
Why wouldn't I
Roll20.
stand nearby? I'm obviously the flower girl.
That is true. That is very true. Also, Roll20. Roll20, what are you doing? Give me my character sheet.
I can also release doves.
It was the Roll20 was being real laggy with the character sheets earlier, so it may still be.
Yeah.
Well, give me a moment while I refresh and give it a right booting.
Mm-hmm.
Lag. You have to love lag.
I think over one of those days, though, Mordecai is going to spend time to hallow the barge
Okay.
and just have it for that period of time.
Okay. All right.
And this is what hallow does. So it's a big old block of text, but that's what it does.
To touch point, infuse it with holy or unholy power. Can have a radius up to 60 feet. That'll definitely cover the barge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spells prepared.
Okay. Are you? There's a little list where you can choose something. Are you doing like a creature filter? Do you want to fill it with light? Magical darkness.
Kind of ambient light
Okay.
for like the wedding decoration purposes.
Okay.
As well as aberrations, undead. Those creatures are forbidden from entering. I think that's really all I wanted for
Okay.
to keep aberrations and undead out, and just kind of give it some ambient light and whatever other static effects.
Okay. I like it. It's very, very cosmetic, and you got some function to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. Let us proceed. So it is your day. Obviously you have money you could spend on clothes, nice clothes if you want anything in particular. If you want to keep it casual, because it's whatever. It's you and your family. If you want Gaspard, or if you want the Kyburners to be there to watch you biological people do things.
Yeah, Gaspard can be there. Obviously, Mordecai's mom and Lucky can be there.
Heron's my +1.
Yeah, and we can invite Heron.
Okay.
If Bright wants to invite somebody, she can. If
I
Selene
don't
wants to
really
invite
have
somebody, she
anybody to
can.
invite. I don't have a +1, but right, if you're looking to keep the wedding small, then probably not. But I'm sure we have lots of people that we know in the city as a result of,
Yeah.
if you wanted to have a big wedding, I'm sure I could invite people. But if you want to keep it small, then we can keep it small.
Well,
up to
given
you.
that it's last minute, I don't know that anybody would be free. But
Well, you never know.
A lot of people are courting you for the orphan work, so they could make themselves available.
if they want to, that's up to them. Mordecai's not super picky.
Okay. Sure. So Bright, you can handpick solicitors or donors or whoever.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff has all been pretty abstract, so I don't have any names or characters.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean...
Benefactors, quote unquote.
Maybe Yori and Piggy Sue can do some duty delivering last-minute invitations.
Okay.
That's all right, because I can still do that a little, even if not as much as I used to.
A little rusty.
I mean, it's been 12,000 years.
Yeah.
All right, then you all are trying to get a bunch of people together. Your wedding guests consist of orphanage-related workers. You have 6 robots. You have a gnome. Well, another one, because you have, you have Gaspard. Norlai has her +1. Mordecai and Selene are... I mean, you have your rings, but that's, if you want to coordinate something else, if you want to do colors or something, you can do that. So it's a very interesting mix and match of people. Of course, Mordecai, your mom, and your not quite yet stepdad is there, and they look very happy with themselves. There seems to be an arrangement of food that is ready to go, and it's all the things that your mom at least remembered that you liked when you were younger.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that as well, along with some things that are very common, maybe passed down through your family as tradition or something. Common things you'd see at a wedding, but they're not so much wedding food as it is like that. This is to promote grandchildren arrival. So, things to set the mood and get things going. Good luck in that regard. So, she's laid this stuff out, and let's take you over to the marriage barge here. So we have, there we go. That's the one. It was moved to a little nicer part of the port. It looks a little bit like a castle, but let's just forget about that. But it is ready to go. It has a nice little walkway. We have blue and purple all set up and ready to go. We are set. It's a beautiful sunset. It'll just make everything sparkle.
Norlai, what are you wearing?
She probably picked out like a nice dress. It's the same. She has the same color scheme, though.
Yeah.
It's white and blue and pink.
Okay, I was thinking I would change it up for the wedding. Instead of all pink, I think I'll go with the dog. Sorry. Well, there's a dog. What am I supposed to? It's right there. So yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go with the blue and purple. Like it'll be like a purple top and a blue skirt, and then the ruffles will be pink. So.
Oh, very nice.
Just a symbol, and it's magic. It's just a disguise spell, but I can still do it.
Mordecai probably would have gotten at least some nice clothing.
You can afford it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done the same for Selene, like a traditional kind of old port wedding dress if she wanted. That's if she wanted. That's her choice.
Oh yeah, no. She would go the traditional wedding dress.
All right. Well then, it seems that things are ready to go. There's food. There's guests. And there's no more time to wait, because the world continues to approach its end at some point, and you're either going to get busy living or you're going to get busy dying. So why don't we live another day?
Yeah, or not, according to Mordecai.
Former, then the latter.
Okay, then all aboard, and the barge sets off. The Kyberners will take up rowing and using guiding poles to put you down the river. That way they can do the heavy lifting, and you humanoid things can do your biological whatevers that you do.
Yes, and we biologicals, we what's the term? What's the term that's used? Ah, yes, squishies.
Okay, so there is the sounds of wind and the water all around you. There's the accompanying people that are. I guess she could be up here. We can put you up here. A little bit of music is played by someone in the crowd. It's a group of people. There's 4 of them. You don't recognize them, but they are wearing Shadowhar religious vestments. But it would be more like acolytes, like lower ranking. And at the end of the aisle of your trade barge here on the river, is an officiant. Definitely of Shadowhar variety of Weejass. And the very quaint music plays and eventually lowers as you two walk down the purple carpet amid the blue drapes, and you find yourselves standing before the... Aha, there we go. You find yourself standing before the... I gotta flip you back around. There we go. Totally not copyright infringement because I'm modifying it for parody purposes. Okay.
Fair use.
Yeah, there we go. And so you have your officiant who will have to put his headphones a little bit down. And as you can see, he is absolutely all about the faith. See, we got a one-eyed skull. There's fire. This is ready to go. And I will lean back for all of you at home as I have made my own wonderful little ceremonial hat. Though I'll have to wear my earphones like this because I completely forgot I had to wear them with this. So I didn't take that into account. But these are the things that a DM must do. Whoops, and I turned it the wrong way. It's all right. The elderly officiant here is kind of bumbling as well. So this is all role playing clearly. He looks up. He does look through some spectacles. Looks over to your mom, and your mom's like, and he clears his throat as he stands on his little stool here because he is rather short. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure as we tired Wevwind Derwick of our dear macabre lady, Weejass, to have been invited to officiate this ceremony between the soon-to-be Mordecai and Seween Silverleaf. But before this blessing this dweem within a dweem can come to white, we must too remember the dark. It is a cruel, cold, dark world from which we come and to which we may return if we don't become Star Wars, burning brightly within it. Points of white to guide others through the unknown, and enjoyed by dreaming young lovers and lost sailors of the skies and seas alike. Our lives, our memories, burn brightly against the black. But brighter still is our goddess, who is a bright white to draw us in like tender moths. With her, and by her, and through her, we add our sparks to her holy bonfire in order to keep back the ever-present darkness. Through this wife, and whichever unwife may await us, we are blessed by Weejas to serve her and each other with what we've been able to take away from her. Just as we return to the fire, so too does it produce sparks, which fly forth to ignite new ones. One such spark has landed here amid us with this celebration. I hope that this love will glow. Love will burn inside us. Love will glow, and nothing will come in its way. It's true that love is here to stay. All we must do is face the darkness, take control of it, and drive it back. Thanks to our lady's blessings. So, if you are bold enough to fight through the fears and the tears, let us prove that love is true blue. Let love burn inside us all. And he looks out to everyone present. The robots continue to... And other people are, talking and looking.
Check
And
DM, Maddie. Check DM.
Oh, okay. Check DM. Oh, I see. Okay. At this
Many
moment,
fall in the face of chaos, but not this one. Not today.
is that happening right now? Or are you...
Yeah, during the speech.
Okay.
Like toward the end of it.
Sure. Okay. So he pauses here and looks at Mordecai and Selene, is adjusting his glasses. Your mother, Mordecai, apparently found an old retired officiant here, who is all too happy to marry two foreigners aboard a barge within a span of 2 days. And at that point, Gaspar begins just breaking up laughing. Like, he's like doubled over. He's laughing so hard.
I kind of turn a little bit to see what's going on.
At this point, he's leaning against the railing and like wheezing because he's just.
Many fall in the face of chaos,
I can't
but not this
stop.
one. Not today.
This is your fault, isn't it?
What's going on?
Selene is going to look over to Bright. As, Selene knows Bright's propensity for, casting a certain no-good, hideous laughter. And this seems a lot like that.
Why would you suspect me?
You're the only one here who I know can cast that spell.
I think you suspect me because I had to remind Maddie to check his DMs.
And well,
I don't know.
Gaspard is gonna finally like collect himself and just sort of recover against the railing and look over in your direction. It was you, wasn't it? Oh. I'm glad you have an interest in my abs, but there's better workouts than this, Bright.
You see that Selene actually begins giggling a little at that.
Oh my. Well, so does anyone else find something funny before I resume? The elderly cleric continues.
Mordecai's just kind of grinning.
No, please, by all means, continue.
Very well. Now, where was I? He fidgets with his spectacles as he's flipping through the ceremony book. As that occurs, Selene, I want you to make a dexterity save.
Oh no.
Who's making a dexterity save?
Selene.
Selene is making a dexterity save.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
You manage to push your dress down in time as a flock of birds comes swooping over from Gaspard's direction, between your legs over towards Bright to flitter about her and tweet incessantly.
Ooh.
I don't know why I have all these birds.
Oh, I released them too soon. I'm sorry about that. I'll give you another bunch of them after the ceremony's finished.
I'll let Piggy Sue up to fly around with the birds.
Gaspard kind of gives a stink eye in that direction. Sorry, resume. This is highly unorthodox, but whatever. Let's continue.
We are highly unorthodox.
Let's see. Bold enough, fears and tears. Prove that love is true blue. Let your love burn inside us. Ah, yes. Do you, Mordecai, choose to add your spark to Selene's?
I do.
And Selene, do you choose to add your spark to Mordecai's?
Disadvantage,
I do.
Selene.
With them each, willing to glow in white and wife to fight against the encroaching Dalek together as a stronger fire than each separate we. Are there any here who have reason these two should not be wayward?
Disadvantage bright.
Do any of you have reason that these two should not be wed? Oh, I can't hear anything.
You're
Norlai.
muted, Norlight.
No, I helped plan this wedding.
All right. All right then. So, as the ceremony is going, it would seem that some rather raucous, probably children of some rather raucous children of noble Shadowhars, Shadowhar nobles, is taking a pleasure craft, one of those small personal airships, Selene, kind of like the ones that that you had commandeered. Oh my!
Advantage Matty.
And seeing this rather slow-moving, ceremonious barge, in this moment of tenseness, the barge, or not the barge, this pleasure craft is going to, with a bunch of laughing Shadowhar teens, splash into the water and just zoom down the side of the barge to cause a wave to crash over the side, soaking half the side of the ship as these...
Can I cast electric fence to block it?
Maybe.
I would like
what
to
does it
cast
say?
Control Water. Control Water is what I'm going to be casting.
You can do that.
So, there's that.
Oh no, and disadvantage on Norlai.
Yeah, that's why I'm not getting married.
Dear Debs, what are you doing? Dear Debs, generosity is appreciated, but why must it come at the cost of our suffering?
Apparently, Diadem's revels in it. So, but yes, I'm using Control Water to stop that wave.
I need a
to-
spell descriptor from Norlai too, with what she's looking to do.
Oh, well, I thought he was just gonna cast that.
Oh, if you want it to be that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And gently put the water back into the river.
Control any freestanding water in an area you choose. Water level. In an area, you can create a 20-foot tall wave. So that can end up being like a wall that would absorb all the splashing. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So what we're gonna do is this airship just comes buzzing down, trying to drench a whole half of the barge. And I am going to make, since you have disadvantage, as there's a fickle god looking to interfere with the bond between you and Selene, your disadvantage on a save will be my advantage on a save. Well, I don't know. This is kind of it's a weird thing because it's actually just the water. You're not affecting a creature. We'll do this. I want. This is a bit of an unorthodox. This is a bit of an unorthodox use of the spell, but you can do it. Make a spell casting check, and this is going to be at this will be at disadvantage versus your spell save in order to see how much of this you can absorb.
My own spell save DC.
Yeah,
Oof.
but you can
Oof.
you can save it off of wisdom since that's your.
No, charisma is my.
Oh, I'm sorry,
spellcasting
charisma.
ability.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're special. So yeah, go ahead and make a.
+1.
Oh,
Oh no, that's a
Oh,
6.
never mind.
that's
all
a
right.
natural one.
All right, so diadems, the fickle god has indeed interfered, and your control water spell goes off, but it doesn't get nearly as much as you had hoped, and like as the spell is manifesting, it's like the wave is just ahead. So you end up like creating this temporary like absorption wall for other water. And it'll take some of the water that's splashing up from the wake, but a half of the barge is just doused with water as these kids go buzzing by. And let's see if that is the if it's the Mordecai side of the barge or if it's the Selene. Let's roll 1d2, and a 1 is Mordecai. Oh, all right. So Selene, you are soaked by water, and people like guests on your side of the barge, and some of the food is also soaked by river water.
Wonder. I imagine there's probably some gasping and expecting Selene to be upset.
I mean, it's too bad about the food.
But instead, there's there's some laughter from Selene.
I would like to conjure animals. I would like
Okay.
to conjure, real quick, 8 giant bats to chase after those teens.
Oh, okay.
But okay.
Sure. You conjure up some bats. Everyone on the ship is and like there's an initial cry of fear as these bats just come into. Although that is something you do need to roll a d20 on.
Is
Unless you don't want to roll a d20, you just want to let it go.
Oh no.
Nope.
Ooh, close though.
nope.
All right.
I'm putting. I am scaring off these teens.
Okay. So yeah, some of the food is like is soaked and like knocked off the table. And we have guests that are drenched as well.
Yeah, I'll take care of the soaked guests. Just give me a second.
Now with the table having been splashed and the food dashed around some, while the bats have flown off, this has attracted a lot of seagulls as well. And these aren't ones that Gaspard had shot over at Bright to try and give her a little bit of a razz in return. This is just a swarm of some pelicans and seagulls that are flying down and starting to eat and fight and peck all at the rear of the ship. Now, it's not necessarily harming any particular guests, with the exception, Mordecai, of your mom and Lucky, and we'll see how long that lasts, because they were there, letting your friends take the lead at the top. However, your mom might be attacked by seagulls or covered in bird remnants at your wedding.
I just want to quickly state that the bats are going to chase those teens for the entire hour.
They are vengeful bats, very well. Do you wish to do anything to try and remedy the birds savaging the wedding food and also profusely defecating on the ship and guests, including your mom and not quite stepdad?
Mordecai is a little bit exasperated. He really does not want to interrupt the ceremony, but at the same time,
Anyone have a wheezin'? No? Yes, I hear a wuckus.
It's just some birds. I don't think anyone does. And she kind of like puts her hand up to listen out.
I'm gonna walk over to the seagulls, cast Speak with Animals, and just ask them to take a bite of food and leave.
Oh, that's a good idea. So I was looking for a particular water elemental that might be able to dry everyone out, but the best I can come up with is like a salamander, which is probably not the right choice right now.
No.
You
It's
can
really
use
not.
prestidigitation, right?
Yeah, I can. I wanted to do it with a summoned elemental. I thought it would be more fun. But I can dry people out with prestidigitation. I guess that's what I'll have to do. I'm happy to do that.
Selena, I'm so sorry.
You see that Selene doesn't seem upset at all by this. She's just giggling to herself.
Unorthodox wedding, indeed. He's just gonna roll with it.
All right. So you want to try and persuade them.
Yep.
Roll a persuasion at disadvantage, as there's a fickle god interfering with your request.
Yep. I don't have any more +1s, do I?
You do not. Selene has
Animal?
1, Mordecai has 1, I have 2.
Is this animal handling or persuasion?
What's that?
Is this animal handling or persuasion?
Persuasion. You can speak to him, you just got to convince him. Okay, so you go back and ask them to take a bite and then take flight.
Mm-hmm.
And despite a bunch of hungry birds very ravenously pecking at the wedding food, maybe the rhyming scheme seemed to get it in their seagull brains. And they look at you for a moment, kind of turn their heads sideways, and they take a bite, and then they are starting to take flight again. And then we had prestidigitation. Okay, so you want to go and start drawing people off with that?
Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to do it with a cool servant, but I'm not thinking of any. So.
Okay. As a fickle god is also going to be interfering with you, Bright. I want you to let's see. You go to wipe off Gaspard, and I want you to roll a d6.
It's always Gaspard.
Water under the bridge, right?
Water under the gnome. 3.
Oh. Okay. Now I need you to roll a d2.
2. Hey, a green number.
It is green. So of the third option, you instantaneously clean 1 or soil 2 an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
Yeah, that's the one I'm doing.
So you go up to Gaspard and you say, "Oh, Gaspard, let me help you with that." And you totally meant to clean him, but maybe there's something in your gnomish brain. Just it's another gnome. I haven't gotten to really play tricks. I don't know. Something weird overcomes you for a brief moment, and you soil Gaspard, or at least 1 cubic foot of him, and
Which is basically him.
well, kinda, yeah. And so he is now the recipient of a bunch of bird droppings that have just manifested all over him. And Gaspard looks at you, like he looks down in complete disbelief, looks up at you. Oh, is that how it's going to be, huh? Well, I haven't gotten to do something like this in a long while. So yeah, Mordecai, your mentor's covered in bird poop and seems to have a look of mischief and vengeance in his eyes. And let's see, that was Bright's.
Gnomes are gonna gnome.
But this one wasn't even on purpose.
That was a Bright. We had a Nornalai, we had a Mordecai, and then I have to do something to Selene in this time too. Excuse me, everyone, please. I need to know if any of you object to the marriage. Speak up, please. I'm not hearing anything besides screams. And with all the ruckus, there's birds flapping and cawing. There's food that is everywhere, and everyone is distracted. During this time, Selene, as you're trying, you're like, okay, it's serenity now, and a creature from the water has been drawn up to investigate what is going on. And what I need you to do, please, one moment while I bring this up.
Can't we just have a nice wedding?
No.
It's a Matty Morks production. What do you expect?
Let's see.
Things to go smoothly? Hell no.
All right. From all of the thrashing and the food and the seagulls and the pelicans and the water being disturbed by the passing by here, Selene, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage as a yellowy tendril rises over the side of the ship and goos you.
Alright, con save at disadvantage. 15. And that's a
15.
disadvantage.
Okay.
That's actually good.
So this sea creature just coats you in a viscous slime, and your skin begins to tingle as your body is fighting off a petrification. And the others of you recognize this shade of yellowy tendril, as it seems that all the commotion has attracted one of these aberrant eels that have been swimming in the river to the area.
So that counts as a pass, yeah?
Yes. Even at
Yep.
disadvantage, you managed to overcome the fickle god that was cursing you.
Diadems. Yeah, I know who.
I won't name names, but let's just say that it was Diadems. And if it was, because it was, then you defied the fickle god. But yes, you did pass this creature's Constitution save. It was a close one. But yeah, your dress, your dress starts to like kind of harden, get kind of like crispy under the mucus and it, like this petrifying. And there's now an aberrant horror from the depths that is swimming around your vessel.
And you wonder why I think I'm cursed.
Selene kind of looks out to the crowd and to the priest as well. Excuse me, Reverend. I'll be just a moment. And she looks out to the crowd. It wouldn't be us if it was not as unorthodox as this. Hmm? Are you not entertained? Because I certainly am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I actually rather liked this dress. And she turns around to where she knows the tentacle is.
Okay.
And
You're flame striking. Okay.
yep, DC 18 dex save, please.
No, I do not.
So that'll be 19 and 18 is 37. It's 46 fire.
Okay.
46 radiant.
So the divine, as this manifests in its own newly unique way to you, though the effect is similar to something that you've done before. Your divine fire roars down, and it thrashes and disappears underneath the water.
That was for ruining my dress. Aberrant creatures, no good decorum. And she turns around. She now turns back around to turns back around first up to the crowd. Are we all good over there?
We're good here. I say, shooing off the last sequel.
Yeah, so I mean, I would have been cleaning off everybody, but I'm also waiting for the other shoe to drop with Gaspard. He was going to do something
Yeah.
to me.
Yes.
God damn.
Oh.
Unless it's a someday when you least expect it kind of a thing. Since he's building our lair, he could do that in so many ways.
Poor Mordecai.
Your private slide.
Probably gonna get chewed out by Ruth later, but it's fine, honestly. Because Selene is weirdly not bothered by any of this.
I knew that mage armor was a good idea.
And she then turns back to the priest. We may want to wrap this up. That creature is likely to return.
Man and wife. Say man and wife.
About to say that.
All right. I need you, Bright, to make a. Actually, this will get canceled out because you're a gnome and this is a magic effect. So it would be at disadvantage because I'm invoking my advantage the fickle god granted me. But you neutralize it. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. 17.
All right. For you go to he said, no, go attend other people. And as you start doing so, I'm gonna make sure that you're useful. He casts a spell, and for a moment, maybe this actually turned into like one of your divine visions. You ended up turning into like a half gnome from the waist up and an octopus from the waist down. And so he just tried to polymorph you into an octopus. You saw that reality, you rejected it, and you retained your form.
I see a reality and reject it. Substitute my own.
You just got there though.
If you could, turn back and say,
if you weren't
I didn't even know you could do that. That's so fun. I mean, if you're into tentacles, whatever. But
If you're into tentacles, whatever. Oh God.
I have to clean these people off, though, so I'll be right back.
He huffs and goes to eat some soggy bread or something in the back. That his prank didn't work, and you owned him on the retort.
I mean, he shouldn't be too upset about that. That's a good retort.
Then, if there are no objections, then the elder priest kind of he jostled again. He looks over the railing. He looks up in the sky. Like there's still like the little like a silhouette of like a ship being chased by bats. Like is looking at everyone on here. No one said no. And then hearing no objections, as Derwick of the Macabre Weighty, and by her grace and power, I witness this union of mind, body, and soul between these two. Now, do whatever it is your people do from the south and celebrate. Music. And the four that were addressed are kind of soggy. They've tried to maintain their composure. I am providing the music as well from my acolytes. We're a bit of amateurs, but we're trying. We're a bit 2-bit performers, but there's 4 of us, so you get an 8-bit performance. And some music begins to play in celebration of things as people are kind of hungry, kind of upset, kind of getting dried off, kind of wondering what just happened. As the ship, oh, is this not playing? I wonder.
I hear it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't hear it. Oh, but if it's on the stream, I wouldn't, because I don't have
It doesn't even look
on.
like it's playing on the stream, unfortunately. I wonder why. Oh. There we go. And I gotta turn the main volume up. So there you go. From 4 2-bit performers, you get an 8-bit soundtrack.
Mordecai's just gonna lean in and kiss Selene.
He's actually not going to get the chance to lead in because she's going to pull him close and kiss him.
Oh my. So amid the decent enough performance, there's a kiss that only grows more intense The barge is now bearing witness to the union. The exchanged rings, the shared sparks between these two to create an even larger fire. Of course, that is if you are going by. Well, this is even a glimpse at the orthodoxy of Shadowheart, we just believe. Though your mom assured you that he seemed to be open-minded, and I mean, he didn't really ask for too much other than you two being there and having rings. So, any port in a storm. I now present to you Mordecai and Selene Silverleaf. And you can woo, cheer, and fanfare. The band plays on, though not in the Titanic style. Your barge is still floating. And congratulations. Unless there's any, I don't think there's any other fickle god inflictions, so you survived the encounter.
Yeah. No.
Woo, yeah, cheer, cheer.
Yeah, cheering and happiness.
I also want to prestidigitate the food so that it doesn't taste soggy, even if it is a little bit. So it still tastes just as good as it would have before.
Okay. All right, you restore the food back from some river city water soakings.
Is Selene going to be throwing a bouquet?
Yes, she is.
Okay, I'll line up.
While she's doing that, Mordecai is actually going to take out his violin and start playing the song that he wrote for Selene.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. Do you have an actual song, or is it just abstract?
No, it's just an abstract thing.
Oh well, it's still very romantic and nice.
It's okay. Talk to me later. I'll open Fruity Loops and we can work on something.
All right.
Well, then there we go. And in front of, we have 33 people watching us. So in front of them, as your all's witness, before the end of the world, Selene and Mordecai are as one.
Yay! Hooray!
Right.
Not yet. We're not.
Well.
There's one other thing that needs to happen. Oh, a couple of other things.
But yeah, he's playing that song while she's throwing the bouquet at all of the single ladies.
All the single ladies? All the single ladies? All the single ladies? All the single ladies.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to conjure up before this happens, before the bouquet. I want a smoke method.
Ooh, okay.
Which is definitely well within the capability of minor elementals. And what I'm going to order it to do is, when Selene throws the bouquet, I want it to snatch the bouquet and deliver it right to Norlai.
I was going to use Mage Hand to grab it.
I know, but the Mage Hand would give you away.
Well then,
playing boots to grab it.
Well, I mean, you two are an interesting pair because you two are rather mischievous, and so what I'd like is for each of you to roll initiative and see which spell goes off first.
Hey, Lamau.
Uh-oh, that's a 6 for Bright.
So minor elementals is something I would have to cast in advance because it's a minute casting time. So we can assume that I would have cast it, and then the initiative would be like whether it could beat the Mage Hand on the swoop. Okay, all
right. So you got a 6. Did Norlai actually get an 18?
It looks like it, yeah.
Did she get an 18?
Oh, she has disadvantage?
No,
I thought
well,
I-
I'm talking to a divination
Oh,
wizard. You
oh.
tell me. Did she get an
Oh
18?
no, I'm not messing with this roll. I mean, we both wanted to go to Norlai, so it's just a
Okay.
question of
All
whether
right.
Norlai is going to have plausible deniability or not. And it looks like she's not.
Okay, then. Then Norlai.
No, I sneak, I jump, and then mage hand from my hand to grab it for everyone else, and put it back in my hand and land.
Norlai with the grabby hands goes for it. The smoke mephit then, I guess, sort of like would come down and like leave a trail like swirling down around Norlai. So you jump up, and then when you emerge out of the cloud of smoke that the mephit left, you land with the bouquet in your hands.
I got it.
Your boyfriend looks over and he seems to have a fairly positive reaction to this.
Oh.
And so it is done. It is official. Save for you all taking the barge back to port, but I'll let you get away with it this time.
And some things that and some things that will happen later on, specifically the casting of the ceremonies spell.
Yeah. Well,
Is there
I'm presuming
not- yeah.
ceremony was a big part of everything going on here, so
Yeah.
no problem with that.
And we have +2 AC while in 30 feet of each other for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. You guys got to do a boss rush now, so you can beat the game before your buff ends.
And I have this method for 1 more hour, so that's.
And you're gonna get your money's worth out of it. You paid for it to show up at this wedding.
Yep. So.
All right. Yep. So song and dance provided by you, Mordecai. Provided by the 8-bits, or just people laughing and clapping. Of course, Gaspard can produce minor illusions, maybe even more than that, but he can add in as well. And a good time is had by all. Yay! We did it.
I do wonder, however, what Ruth's reaction is to like during the ceremony to Selene just looking over the thing and being like, "You ruined my dress." Both.
She was rather distracted because everything was crumbling around her, and everything she built for her beloved son was turning from gold into bird poop right in front of her. Though she will be proud of you for wanting to keep your dress nice. She still has hers, though she regrets that she can't fit into it. But it still is very sentimental to her, and it's something that you should cherish and keep as a keepsake. So
Certainly a memorable wedding.
yeah, well,
Certainly a memorable.
Well, if nothing else, we could say that it wouldn't be a Mordecai and Selene wedding without things getting unorthodox and chaotic.
Yes.
exactly.
Like I said, I'm cursed.
Well, honestly, I think it's just Chroma Company in general. It's not a Chroma Company. It's not a Chroma Company outing unless something unexpected happens.
Oh, Mordecai, we're
Look,
cursed.
Brett and me had like
Not
a
I'm
whole
cursed
year with
anymore.
nothing going wrong. So I think it's you two.
Maybe it's we. Maybe it's we, Jaspier. Like, how dare you use one of my officiants even though he's retired?
Well, everyone, what we're gonna do? I'm gonna get things wrapped up here. Thank you for coming out. It was awesome to play with you again on a Tuesday, with you in the audience and you as my players. It felt really good. But we got to get back to work. Oh, drudgery and just slogging it out. But we'll come back on Tuesday, and we'll resolve the wedding and set things up for where it is you want to go next and what you want to do. I think I have an idea, but I don't know. You could surprise me. You have very often. We're going to go from a happy, joyous ceremony over to the namesake of the officiant, because I don't know if any of you caught it.
I did.
Yes,
I did.
It was not a secret.
Probably
It
not.
was so slow. I had no idea.
We are going
It's
to
about as
go.
subtle as on a fish slapped on your face.
I'm going to go raid Macabre Derek, who does live in the Shadowheart Empire, aka Canada, and he is currently drawing a monster that was should interference have occurred, was a very close second to the series of individual events. Because he's drawing someone who looks a lot like Selter, and I don't think she was invited to the wedding. And so,
no.
if anyone would have crashed
no.
the wedding, I was really tempted. I was really tempted to have Selter, who's really upset at, especially at Selene, just crash your all's wedding, and
Oh no.
but I didn't. So you you all owe me. But let's
Okay,
go.
here's
Let's
how
go
we
find
fix
out.
this. We write the invite and put it on Yori, and then next time we see her, we're like, oh, he got lost.
Yeah, we swear, Selter. But I'll
See,
see you
it's
all
still
over there.
on him.
We'll hang out, and if we'll come
Okay,
in
why don't I-
for the workshop tomorrow. So bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
And I'm sure Mordecai and Selene will have